Well, happy Monday everyone. Here we go again with the first look press release which has just dropped. But before we delve into that press release, let's talk about Shawn. No, not his part in Love Island, but his business, his sweet business, because it seems Shawn's appearance on Love Island has had a rather negative effect on his business in terms of the reviews people are leaving. I can only assume that perhaps Shawn didn't think about this before he got into Love Island, because if he was really thinking about it, he'd think, you know what, while I'm on Love Island, better be careful how I behave because it could affect the company I run. But here's a sample of some of the reviews that have been left for his sweet business in the last few hours. Sweets were terrible and staff were very rude, 1 star. Ordered some sweets and the bag came half empty. I also ordered for it to be a mixture of different types. For some reason, 3/4 of the half empty bag was filled with snakes. My least favourite. Never ordering from here again, 1 star. His performance on Love Island is just as bad as the sweets. His favourite's got to be the jelly snakes, 1 star. Sweets are as poor as Shawn's appearance on Love Island. The man has no morals or loyalty, so how can I put trust in his business? Now look, I don't want to be laughing at another man's way of making his living. I just don't think Shawn thought about this before he went into the villa, which he would have been smart to do, because when he comes out, you know, you can't rely on the stuff that Love Island may or may not provide for you once you leave to sustain your life. You need a business, and to Shawn's credit, he's got one, but I'm not sure whether his PR on Love Island is going to be able to help him with his business or not. It remains to be seen. I just feel everyone mentioning snakes and snakes in the bag. Oh, come on, you guys. Right, come on. Let's get into this press release before the day is over. Following a dramatic Grapey Awards night, the Islanders reflect on the results of the awards. In particular, Joey and Shawn's pot stirring seems to be the main topic of conversation. As Jessie pulls Joey for a chat, she says, "Where's the reflection here, Joey? Saying there's a secret mission and they're not exposing the secret mission doesn't mean you kept the secret. It means you still exposed it." As Joey disagrees, she says, "Let me talk, Joey, I mean it." And as the conversation continues, it seems they are unable to come to a clear resolve, as Jessie walks away from the fire pit and says, "Whatever, Joey, I'll talk to you later. I can't actually be effing arsed with you right now."
Told everyone there was a secret mission. How can you not? Okay, your example. I know, listen, Joey. Listen, you're not listening.
He's a prick. He's not even messing up my team. He's just messing up his team. It's so easy to shoot the messing up.
Whatever, Joey. I'll talk to you later. I can't actually be honest with you right now. You don't. Tap it out. Tap down.
Meanwhile, Shawn gets a grilling from CIARAN and the girls in the kitchen, with Nicole saying there's opinions and there's putting your nose in all the time. As CIARAN adds, "I think you're stirring the pot for a reaction." Speaking about Shawn and Joey's antics during the awards night, things get heated with CIARAN saying, "You're just as full of shit as each other, to be honest." But with cracks beginning to show in CIARAN and Shawn's bromance and Jessie and Joey's relationship, can reparations be made? Well, it was clear last night in the Grafties that Shawn and Joey were the villains of the Grafties. Now, I can't quite put my finger on what it is that they really don't like about Josh and Mimi, but I don't want to speculate too much on that because then I know I'm going to get into territory that I cannot back up with any specific evidence. But it was uncomfortable watching, I'll give it that. And Shawn really, he's so nosy and his silly opinions. No one really cares what Shawn has to say. And he's repeating himself all the time like an old man. And Joey's just off on one. Joey's on cloud Joey. I just don't think Joey's aware of the reality of what he's done. I don't think Joey's aware of the fact that, as Jessie says, by saying it's a secret mission, but not telling the secret, you're still exposing the secret in a way. So, yeah, I just, you know what, it's tiresome. It made for good drama, but I just feel like Joey and Shawn have just been the villains. And it does need to stop. Because after a while, I just think it's getting into that point where it's just like, it's not for a reason anymore. There's no point behind it. It just comes across as bullying. The Islanders reunite with their family and friends. It's a new day in the Love Island villa, with the Islanders all set to receive a surprise from home when their loved ones pay them a visit. First up is Shawn's mum, Charlotte, and sister Willow, and Matilda's 2 sisters, Kenzie and Kadar. Shawn's family give him a stern talking to about his casa antics, saying, "What was that about?" And you've got a gorgeous girl. Why would you jeopardise that? And it isn't long before Matilda's sisters join them and tell Shawn, we did want to put you in a headlock though. After Cassie, you're allowed one F-up and that's it. And Shawn says, I'm scared. And they reply, you should be. Next up to visit the villa are Ruben's sister Athena and best mate Ollie, followed by Grace's dad David and stepmum Jo. But as Grace's dad pulls Joey over, what will he have to say to him? It appears wedding bells may be on the cards for one couple, as Kieran's mum reveals, it's not every day you watch your boy fall in love. I'm planning the wedding. Whilst Nicole's mum gushes, oh my God, Nicole, I knew after 5 minutes he was the one for you. As Mimi and Josh take their turn to reunite with their families, Mimi's mum says to her, Mimi, it's been a roller coaster, hasn't it, for you? As she adds, you have done really well, babes. You didn't change for anyone. We are so happy, so proud of you. And Josh gushes to his aunt Kenny and cousin Ola. She's surpassed everything that I expected. She's my kind of girl. So obviously we can gather from that tonight is the episode the families come to the villa. I was expecting perhaps a bit more information, but no, they're here. This is it. We're really running now for that final. And yeah, it seems like it'll be interesting. I wonder what Grace's dad will have to say to Joey. Maybe nothing at all. The Nicole and Kieran thing, well, we all know everyone thinks they should get married, so nothing new there. Quite like the fact that Shawn will get a talking to, and I'll be interested to see what Mimi and Josh's relatives have to say to them. So yeah, it could be interesting. I like the moments where the parents come in, and especially when the mums or the sisters say to the boys, I don't like your girlfriend. I always find that fascinating because obviously I think often the women tend to see things that the men don't see, and it's always interesting to watch. And this does happen tonight, but kind of the other way around, as I'm sure you're all aware. Io's brother shares his opinion on Jess. Next to enter the villa are Jess and Io's family and friends. Visiting Jess is her mum Nicola and her best friend Dahlia, and visiting Io are his brother Balaji and sister Simi. Things get emotional for Io as he runs into his brother's arms and wipes away a tear on their arrival. Sitting down to learn what they think of Jess, Io's brother reveals, my only little concern with Jess is the constant reassurance. I did put up a clip last night, the exclusive clip they showed on After Sun, in which Io's brother basically says to him, I think Mimi's the one, not Jess. Obviously, I know everyone's got their opinion on that, and his brother's got his opinion too, but I appreciate his brother's honesty in saying it to Io's face, and you know what? Io probably won't agree, and I don't think Io's changing his mind at all now, and really can't, so it's going to be Jess until the final. Let's hope they actually make it to the final, because they may not, you know, they may not make it to the final. It could be that Josh and Mimi make it, and Io and Jess don't. We don't know yet. I mean, bear in mind, Io and Jess have been in the bottom 3 couples the last couple of times. So it could happen. We shall see. The next bit's about Joey and his family. Have a look at this. Joey has an emotional reunion with his sister Frankie and nanny Linda. Do they mean grandmother or do they literally mean nanny? I thought nana was never mind. Last to receive a visit from their friends and family are Joey and Jess's family. Jesse's mum Julie and dad Matthew and Joey's sister Frankie and nanny Linda. It's an emotional reunion for Joey as Frankie says, honestly, Joe, you're doing so well. Mummy would be so proud of you. Honestly, Daddy said he loves you so much and he misses you. As Joey tells his loved ones how he really feels about Jesse, what will Jesse's family make of him? Now, I find it interesting that his family is saying, we're so proud of you, Joe, you've done so well. I don't really think anyone watching the show would sit back and say, you know what, Joey Essex has done really well in Love Island. I think a lot of people think Joey Essex has been on Love Island and has perhaps been, I don't know, a bit of a thorn in the side of the whole season. I think him coming in changed the season straight away. And bear in mind, he came in very early and made it more of a commercial kind of reality TV show kind of hijack than what we're normally used to in Love Island, which is basically a group of people we've never heard of finding common ground through romance. Joey being in there for me has kind of muddied the waters and made it much more like a cross between Love Island and Love Island All-Stars, X on the Beach, Celebrity X on the Beach, all those kind of shows. So I think he's kind of not done the programme any favours, but his behaviour has also not been good. I find him rather disrespectful to women. I find him, you know, quite conniving. I find that he goes on and on about honesty, but is really good at perhaps not really telling the truth and encouraging others to walk into trouble. So, you know, If you think he's done well by doing that, then thumbs up to you. So what do you make, guys, of tonight's episode? Are there going to be any more shocks in store? Do you think there might be a sudden announcement that some couples are going? Does that happen? It does happen in this week, doesn't it? Because we need only a final 4. So we'll see, we'll see. Thanks for watching as always, and I'm going to leave you now to go and buy some sweets from Shawn's website.